Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we'll be going over my finance journey budget planner. I'm just going to go through and briefly show you guys the pages that are inside, just so you guys know what you're buying, what you're getting into. If you follow me on Instagram, you have seen sneak previews here and there. I noticed that a lot of you guys were interested in it. I have been working on this planner for about over a year. I'm a very simple kind of person, so I like my budget planners and just anything planning wise to be simple, straightforward, and straight to the point. These are just my samples that I'm showing. I have requested it to go into production, so it should be here hopefully by mid-November, if not the end of November. And then we'll start placing orders and shipping everything out before the new year. As you guys are aware, I will have 2 disc-bound covers options. So you can either get it in black, which is this one, or a grayish color, which is this one in the back. And this is a linen cover. Third option, which is the A5 inserts only. Let's go ahead and get into the planner. So this is an A5 size. So all the dimensions are what your typical A5 is. The paper is A5, everything is A5 size. And I wanted something more compact and not so big and bulky. It does come with disc-bound rings, so you can basically take out these papers if you want to move them around. If you feel like this planner is just too bulky. There is over 200 pages in here, front and back, so just be aware of that. So here's how the first page looks like. It's basically just a mimic of the cover, just with a little subtle abstract background. It comes with a little quote here, and it comes with the 2025 year at a glance and another motivational quote. So then here we have your yearly financial overview. You can put in whichever year you're working on, 2025, 2026. And then here at the end, you can just put in all your information. Like at the end of the month, this is where you come back for January. You just come here and insert all your spending, your money, where things went, so you can kind of see where everything has gone for the year. And just have little boxes down here for you to jot down some notes. So then we come into your yearly bills tracker. So here you'll just list all your bills, the due date, and then track it for each month. So you just write the amount. Let's say your mortgage due on the 1st for January was $1,500. You'll just write $1,500 there. So it's just a visual overview of all your bills in one spot. And then we just have a notes section. And then we have your subscriptions page. So, you know, we have Amazon, we have Sam's Clubs, Costco, just any subscriptions that you have that you want to visually track. You can do that here. In their frequency, you can just use this M, Q, and A, which is monthly, quarterly, annually, just to let you know when the subscription is going to be due, coming up, or whatnot. So we have your sinking funds. I have 2 spreads here for you to jot down your sinking funds that you want to plan for the year. You know, you just have your category, your goal amount, when you need it by. So let's say Christmas, your goal amount is $700. You need it by November. And then this is just the actual amount that you actually saved to complete this sinking fund. So let's say you did save $700, you just write $700 there. Or let's say you ended up saving $500, you'll just write that there. And then here is the sinking funds visual tracker. You'll just go ahead and write your categories, what the goal amount was, and then just track your progress. So we have 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100%. So just another visual tracker for you. And then we have our debt tracker. So here you can just put whatever debt you have. So we have 1 section, 2, 3, and 4. And then we have 401k / investment tracker. So here you could just jot down your information here if you want to visually track it. And then we have a holiday gift tracker, say for Christmas. You have gifts and presents that you want to buy, you can just track it here. We have a birthday gift tracker just in case you want that as well. And then we get into the month. So each month is just the same exact pages and layout. So we'll just go through January and I'll just show you what's all there. So here's January. So a blank calendar, we have your important dates, appointments, birthdays, goals, and notes section, all on this spread. On the next page, we have your monthly goals that you want to set for that month. And then, you know, your 3 goals. I've left a lot of blank space here so you can kind of use it for anything you want. You can jot down notes, basically anything. Just write your category and whatever you want to fulfill underneath there. And then I added the habit tracker. So for one, I would track my no spend, and then there's 31 days here. You could just track how many days you did no spending. Let's say you want to track eating out, how many days you ate out or how many days you didn't eat out. I mean, you set your own rule. And then you could just color in these circles to let you know which days you ate out, which days you didn't, your water intake, I mean, anything. You're exercising, you name it. So there's 5 slots here, which you can track your habits. And then we have our monthly overview. So at the end of the month, you can come here and fill out this page to see a visual of what you spent for that month of January. So on the next page, we have our monthly expense trackers. This is just you tracking, basically kind of like a bank statement. So just tracking your spending throughout the month. So it is actually on 4 pages total. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then over here, we have your buffer spending. So a lot of us, we like to keep a buffer if we're cash stuffing. We like to keep a buffer in our bank, let's say $500. This is where you would keep track of that buffer spending and pull out from your envelope to replenish your buffer. So as I mentioned in my Instagram post, that my husband and I are not restricted to just using cash. We do use a debit card. So this is where I will come and track our spendings here if we decide to use our debit card for whatever purchase instead of pulling cash, or we didn't have our cash envelopes and he goes to the store and he doesn't have, obviously, our cash with him. So he'll just use his debit card, which is fine. I'll just track it here and then I'll just pull it from the envelope and check it off, and then take that money back to the bank to replenish our buffer. And then I did a separate one for online spending because buffer spending is more for like in-store purchases, and then online spending is online. Amazon, just anything you buy online, Walmart. If you're shopping for clothes, you can track that here as well. And then obviously pull it out from your sinking funds or your envelopes if that was what your plan was. So then we have a weekly wallet check-in. Now, a lot of us cash stuffers, we have certain categories for the week, such as groceries, gas, household, spending, kids, etc. So you can track that here just so you can kind of visually see and plan for the following weeks, how your budgeting is looking. So you just write like your category, groceries. You're starting off with $200. Write the amount that you spent and whatever is remaining. And you could just work that into the weeks. And then here, you guys have seen this. This is for my notepads. I just threw them in here as well because obviously I use it. So we have our paycheck breakdown and we have a cash envelope breakdown. The only difference with this cash envelope breakdown versus my notepad is I had these perforated lines down here where you can tear off and take it to the bank. But since this is a budget binder book, I took out the perforated lines and I just made it the totals. Take your totals, write it on your teller slip, and take it to the bank. So in here, it includes 5 total paycheck breakdown and cash envelopes. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So then we have a notes section here for you to jot down any notes that you want. And then we have our planner section. So I kind of did a 2-in-1, like a budget and a planner in one, just because I do like to plan and kind of track what's happening throughout the month. So the planner section is just pretty straightforward and simple. We just have our daily planner. We have dates from 1 to 31. So you can just write down important information here. And it just goes all the way until the 31st. And then just some little sections for you to take notes. And that is it for each of the month section. So now February is the exact same layout, same pages, same everything. And it just goes throughout all the way through December. So that is how the budget planner is looking. Let me know down below what you guys think. It's really simple, just something that I use daily and something that works for me, and I hope that it works for all of you guys as well. I can show you guys my October, just the monthly overview, just because I don't like to show my personal information to the world. So I'll show you guys just how October month is looking, just so you can see a visual of how I fill it out and how you could potentially fill it out. So here is October, the monthly calendar. I just wrote down my bills, what days we get paid, important information that I need to review all the time, and then my buffer, since it doesn't really show much personal information. So here's my buffer and online spending that I've been tracking for this month, and this is just a visual of how you guys can track as well. So again, that was my budget planner overview. I hope you guys liked it, enjoyed it. I hope it's something that you guys are looking forward to or looking forward to purchasing. I hope it works for you guys just as much as it works for me. Again, these should be arriving to me towards the middle and end of November, and hopefully orders are placed. We ship it out by beginning and mid-December, so you'll have it for the new year. I don't have exact pricing on it just yet, but it will be just your typical planner pricing. Nothing too crazy high, because they are very expensive to make. As you can see, the amount of pages we have in here, it is very heavy and durable. So the paper that I use in here is 120 GSM, so it is thick enough for you to write with your pen and it won't bleed through, and your highlighters. So very good quality, and I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thanks.